Gypsy Rose, let's talk about it. In my initial video, I described Gypsy Rose as a master manipulator, and a lot of people didn't like that. People have said, where's the evidence? Where's the proof? Here it is. But first, this person says I'm basing my opinion off the act, which is not true. When I initially watched the act, I didn't think Gypsy was in the wrong at all. I didn't think she was a manipulator. I just thought she was a scared girl doing what she had to do to survive. I do believe she is a victim. A lot of people are saying I'm victim blaming. I don't agree with that. I do believe she's a victim, and there is nothing on this entire planet that she could have done to deserve any of the things that happened to her. So let's not try to twist my words. It was only until I started watching real interviews of Gypsy, things Gypsy put out herself, the docu-series, and a few documentaries, that I kind of started noticing inconsistencies. On to the proof. I think it's very bold of her to claim that she does not identify as a murderer. She said, I didn't commit the act, so I'm not a murderer. I could never do that. I don't have that in me to be able to do that. When in one of her docu-series that she put out, The Prison Confessions of Gypsy Rose, she directed it, she spoke in it, it is in her own words. That her and her mother were in a heated argument. She saw a pew-pew on the table, and without hesitation, she picked it up, unloaded 10 rounds into her mother, only then to realize it was a BB pew-pew and not real. My question is, who picks up a pew-pew, not knowing if it's real or not, and unloads a whole clip into someone without the intention of unaliving them? And then states, my intention was not to unalive her, I don't know why I did that. That's insane, and that's manipulative, because clearly you do have it in you because you tried it before, it just didn't pan out the way you thought it would. Also, in my first video, I explained how it's kind of suspect that she does not speak about Nick Godejohn and she shuts down the conversation and redirects it. A lot of people have said, well, it's in her parole that she cannot talk about him. That's absolutely incorrect, because in her 6-part series that she put out in her own words, she talked about him a lot. I believe that she does not want to speak on him when she is not in control of the conversation and what she is saying and what the questions that she's answering are. When someone else brings up a question that she does not want to answer because, I don't know, maybe she doesn't want to incriminate herself, maybe she doesn't want to raise red flags, she completely distances herself from him. She detaches him from the conversation, turns it back on herself, and then talks about herself. Oh, I can't worry about him, it's all about me, wish him best. For the rest of his life in prison, babe, there is no best in that. Which also, he should be in prison. He should be getting psychiatric help in prison for the rest of his life. He is not innocent. A lot of people were also saying I'm defending him. I'm not defending him in the slightest. He is sick and twisted and disturbed, and he deserves to be getting help for the rest of his life. I'm not excusing what he did at all. I was simply pointing out the manipulation that led him to do it. Which brings me back to, Gypsy not only stole and provided him with the knife, but there are interviews of him saying that she did a lot more than what y'all know. In one of his interviews, he says that she left gloves outside for him and told him not to touch the door. Put the gloves on and don't touch the door, I'll let you in, to make sure that there are no fingerprints and they could get away with it. Also, in one of his interviews, a lot of people are asking where's the proof that he did not want to do it. It's in his interviews if you look them up. He says if there was anything that he could take back or do differently, he would have never have done it. He would have grabbed Gypsy and run like he initially wanted to do. He talked about their conversation saying, are you sure you want to do this? This is not something to joke about. This is really serious. And she said yes. Furthermore, in her court proceedings, where everyone keeps saying, oh, he manipulated her into it, it was his idea. In court, they asked her whose idea was it, and she says hers. They asked who talked who into doing it. She said, I talked him into doing it. So it looks like y'all are the ones that don't know your facts. I would do a little research and come back to this video. I'm still willing to talk about it.